Welcome to this series of student induction videos showing you the ins and outs of the e-learning website that you'll use. These particular videos deal with the new assessment model style of units that many of you will be working upon. So our previous videos dealt with the BSB CUS, which is a customer service unit. And just to refresh your memory just quickly, when I go to there and I see this sort of information broken up into section, that's the old or the original style of assessment model. When I have a look at this unit here, which is Manage People Performance, I can see now that they use the terms parts. So if you're seeing the terms parts, that means that you're working on the new assessment model, and there are certainly some differences between it and the original assessment model. I would encourage you to actually have a look at the videos for the original assessment model as well. So my first view once I'm here is I can see the unit that I'm working on, Manage People Performance, and I can see some introductory information here. There's not a lot of this information that's actually important to the course as such. It's just more so legislative information and things like that, so it's not actually going to help you pass the course as such. So let's focus on what will help us pass. This particular unit that we're looking at here gets broken down into smaller parts, and that's signified by the part 1, part 2, part 3. So I've just clicked on part 1, and this part is called Allocate Work. If I have a look at part 2, and I can jump around the parts, that causes no problems at all. This part is called Assess Performance, and they all relate to the overall unit of Manage People Performance. Now, each part is then actually further broken down into smaller parts again, which are signified by these bullet points here. So we would actually refer to these as performance criteria, and you can see that word written there as well. So as we do our reading, there'll be a series of major headings which indicate each one of these performance criteria. So just to show you that, I'll click on Next to start my reading. This is a rather big part, 57 pages. They're not often that long, but it is what it is. So clicking on Next. Now we can see here this major heading we've got, that was the performance criteria that was mentioned. So I'll just go back to previous, consult relevant groups and individuals, consult relevant groups and individuals, and then I commence my reading and learning from there. Now the reason it's important that I sort of point out these headings and subheadings is I'll actually use those for my note taking. Now this is the key to your success as a student. You need to take notes from your reading. You can't just expect to read information and for that to embed itself in your head. Learning is a very tactile experience, so you need to read and read through the entire part, and then read the part again, but this time take notes when you read it the second time. Then after you've done that, then you can start to do some of your assessment questions. So there's the key to your success. It's as simple as that. Read the information and take notes, and then answer the questions. So as I start to read through this, I've got my performance criteria heading, but as I start to go through, I'll then find that there's smaller headings. So what this will look like, I'll actually have a separate document where I've written these headings down in preparation for me taking notes. So I'll just flip to that document now, and here we go. So Manage People Performance, and I'm on Allocate Work, and I was looking at the performance criteria of consult relevant groups and individuals, and I discovered that my first heading in there was resources and resource management. And I'd read, and I continue to read through, and I'm just flipping through this very quickly now, and eventually I will come up to another heading, consultation. So this is a very good use of time to actually set these headings out, and then when I'm ready to actually take my notes, I write my notes down as you can see there. So that's a real key to success: reading, and note taking. Your learning has to be very tactile. Okay, with that out of the way, we'll come back in the next video and have a bit of a deeper dive into some of the ins and outs of this navigation.